Hi, this is Idina Menzel, and I'm taking the InStyle Badass Questionnaire. Thank you. Here we go. If I were to play any other Disney princess, it would be Belle, because she likes to read. The animators of Frozen definitely copied my blank when creating Elsa. I think they copied the way that I breathe when I sing, because they asked me to come in one day and talk to them about singing so they could understand what a singer's voice does, how your body moves. I also think they copied my swishy hips. The animator's like, no, we weren't even paying attention to her on that. The scene from Glee that was the hardest was my first scene on Glee. I don't even know what that was, but whatever it was, the first day on set, because I just had my little son, Walker. I was 3 months after having a baby, and I barely fit into any of my costumes. And the most memorable was probably singing I Dreamed a Dream with Leah Michelle. Even though I was cast to play her mother, and she was 26, and I probably should have been her older sister. But I don't have a chip on my shoulder about that. If I could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, it would be Bono. When I landed my first acting gig, I cried. School play was Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, and I definitely cried happy tears because of that. And that was very foretelling of my wicked future. The most surprising gift or message I've ever received from a fan was a gift. It was a big green bowling ball backstage to the Gershwin Theater for Wicked, and I still have it. 3 badass women singers that inspire me are Barbra Streisand, Annie Lennox, and Lizzo. If I weren't an actress or a singer, I would hope to be an awesome tennis player, but my friends make fun of me because I always think that I could have been a contender as a tennis player.
I could have been a contender.
But I probably wasn't that good, but I just keep living that little dream in my head. My biggest supporter has always been my mom and my sister, and then my dad. Rank your most iconic on-stage characters you've played in order of most badass. Thank you, InStyle, for knowing my more obscure straight play. Most badass, that would have to be between Maureen and Elphaba. And just because people talk less about Maureen, I'm gonna say Maureen from Rep. B is Elphaba for sure, because she does care what people think, but she gets up anyway. Elizabeth Vaughn, she was pretty awesome, but she's third, because she just can't compare with Maureen and Elphaba. And Jodie Isaac actually was really badass, but she was a big hot mess. So she's gonna go last because she needed to go to more therapy. The first show I'll see when Broadway reopens is probably Wicked, because the last time I was there was a couple years ago when my son was really little and it was too young for me to bring him. He was so rambunctious, he was kicking everybody in the seats in front of us. And so I had to leave at intermission because I was annoying everyone around me. And I felt horrible because whenever that happens, when I've been in a show and you find out somebody that you really wanted to be in the seats, in the audience leaves at intermission, you think they hate you. So I wrote this long diatribe on a napkin to the Elphaba and Glinda to make sure they knew that I thought they were amazing and that was just my son that was having a temper tantrum. Winning the Tony Award meant that I wasn't gonna get fired. The funniest thing that happened during a performance of Rent was, I think it was his last performance. He was going on to be a big movie star and how Stella got her groove back. My ex-husband Tay and I were just started dating at that time, and I used to have to take my pants down and moon his character. So I wrote "Eat Me" on my ass cheeks when I pulled my jeans down. One thing people wouldn't know about working with Kristen Chenoweth is she gives really great opening night gifts. She gave me like a charm bracelet. Blank was the hardest song I had to sing on Broadway. Probably Defying Gravity was one of the hardest songs to sing on Broadway because you're going up in this levitation device and you gotta lock yourself into this thing to make sure you don't fall. And then the smoke, this fake smoke is blowing in your face and you can't hear anything up there. So that was probably the hardest song, but also the most rewarding. My favorite lyric from Wicked is, there are many favorite lyrics from Wicked. I would say, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Singing in front of blank was a career highlight. Singing in front of President Barack Obama and the First Lady Michelle Obama and their entire family was a total highlight for me. My favorite curse word is, well, this is hard for me because I am a Disney princess / queen, and I don't curse because I'm a role model to young women and young boys all over the world, and therefore I've never said a curse word in my life. My go-to karaoke song is Proud Mary, Tina Turner. One hobby I picked up during quarantine was I've been decoupaging the Mod Podge glue stuff. I've been doing that. My IRL, which by the way means in real life for you at home that may have just learned that like me from Camila Cabello. My IRL Olaf is Louie, my little doggy at home, who's an Italian water dog. The first time I was starstruck was when, I've been starstruck many times. I'd say the time I was the most starstruck to the point of acting like an idiot was 2 times. One, when I met Barbra Streisand and I had just sang Don't Rain on My Parade at the Kennedy Center Honors in front of her. And I wanted her to like me and she barely recognized me.
Hey there, Mr. Eisen. I am your biggest fan.
She blamed it on her glasses. And then when I met Shaka Khan once, I said, oh my God, you're my biggest fan. The last text I sent was, oh, I know what it was. It's my son's birthday tomorrow and I asked my husband to go to Party City and go get a shitload of balloons so I can hide it in his room tonight while he's sleeping. The cold never bothered me anyway. Is that what you want me to say in style? The cold does bother me all the time. I'm a singer, and when you get a cold, it's not fun. And when you're Elsa and you say the cold never bothered me anyway, and you're on stage singing it and you have a sinus infection, it's all just like screwed up. If I was forced to sing one song for the rest of my life, it would be You Are So Beautiful to Me. That song. My dad used to sing that to my sister and myself, and I just love that song. A song I wish I wrote. Iris by Goo Goo Dolls. A badass woman always embraces her fear and then forges on. Night owl. That's because I'm a creature of the theater, so I can't calm down until after midnight. Sneakers. I have some Jordans. I don't know what kind they are. Don't ask me to get specific, but I have some shoes that my son deems very cool. Used to be Twitter, but Instagram I'm getting much more comfortable with. Oh, that's not a fair question. I'm gonna say off-Broadway, because off-Broadway is where all the risks are taken, and there's not as much money, and so people are doing it out of their passion, and then usually something wonderful happens and then it moves to Broadway. Deep down, I'm the introvert. Just I use the stage or performing as my way to come out of myself. But if you saw me at home, you'd think I was an introvert. Oh, I'm not choosing between my babies. I'm gonna say drama just because I want to do more dramas. So I'm gonna put it out there in the universe. I'm not gonna pick between those either. You know what? I'm gonna say acting because singing is acting. I'm gonna say Shake Shack because Danny Meyer is the owner of Shake Shack, and I worked for him before I got my first professional job, which was the off-Broadway show of Rent. I worked at the Union Square Cafe as a reservationist, and he was my boss. And then he fired me because I had an attitude problem, but then he made it up when he sent lots of flowers when I opened on Broadway, and since then we've remained friends. That's really hard to pick too, because you find a balance, you know? You love being on stage, but that's really hard work, and then doing film and TV is a different beast, and I think it's just great if you can have a balance in your life and go back and forth, and you feel fresh when you return to the other. I think making people laugh is harder than making people cry. So, I don't know. I would say making people laugh. For my Rent audition, I wore the suede patchwork skirt that my character actually ended up playing. The show had us wear a lot of our own clothes. And now Maureen wears that in every production, so it's kind of cool. Rank your most stunning red carpet looks. Okay, I like this one. I think it was to the American Music Awards because I took a chance and I wore some hot pants and it was see-through. And I was proud of myself for doing that, taking a little risk, going all Beyonce on myself. I love this at the Tony Awards because it was just such a magical night for me. And I love the simplicity of that dress. And there, I was wearing this beautiful necklace that I don't remember what the stone was, but it was really pretty. And also that night was crazy because that morning I needed to be in green makeup to dress rehearse the scene we were doing later on. And they wanted to see how the light bounced off the green makeup. So I had to be in green makeup. Then I went and took a yoga class because I was so nervous about the night. I washed it off, went home. Then the makeup and hair team came over, got me ready for the red carpet. So got me looking all, you know, pretty and glam. Then as soon as I got off the red carpet, I had to go upstairs, wash it all off, put on green makeup, get into costume, wait around to perform Defying Gravity. Then I had a half hour after I got off stage to get in the shower, get it all off, and then get back into glam makeup again, sit down in my chair and find out if I was going to win this award. So that was a crazy night. And I looked so refreshed. It actually was a good thing because I got to take a shower and kind of did, it put me at ease a little bit. So that's second. And then this, I love this white dress off the shoulder. That was, I think I sang Into the Unknown that night. That was at the Oscars. I just like that dress, it's pretty. Although I couldn't, once I put it on, I realized I couldn't raise my arms. So that's not really helpful when you're a singer and you want to have some dramatic arm movements and you're bound like this. And then the other Oscar night was the red. This was the night I came back to the Oscars the second year after he screwed up my name, Mr. Travolta. This was the second year where I got to introduce him and screw up his name. So that was fun, and this was kind of pretty. And then, oh, I didn't mean to leave this. This last one was the Met Ball. That was cool too. I feel the most confident when I wear biker boots. The secret to my health and wellness is honestly Sunday TV night sitting on the couch between my son, my husband, and the dog. I felt the most badass in my character Maureen's clothing. She had these great vinyl leather pants. The first thing I do in the morning is I pee. The last thing I do at night is I usually go and check on my son and make sure he's not like all cranked with his head all in a funky position, and then go to bed. The biggest fashion mistake I ever made on or off a red carpet was a lot of fashion mistakes. One time I was singing at Radio City and I did a costume change and I came out and I had underboobs sticking out from this like bra-like thing that I was wearing with a dress. And it took the fans to like tell me that my boob was hanging out. That was embarrassing. True or false? Before my career took off, I would sing at weddings and bar mitzvahs for a living. It's true. I graduated from Juilliard. False. I went to NYU. In 2015, I performed Let It Go alongside Taylor Swift while she was dressed in an Olaf costume. That is true. My birth name is Idina Menzel. That is sort of true. I don't know what InStyle is getting at, but the real spelling of my name, like on my driver's license, on my birth certificate, I have a T in my name, Mentzel. But everyone always used to say Menzel, and to me it sounded like mental. So I changed that. But guess what? People screw up my name anyway, so that was a waste of time. An essay. You've created characters that make bold choices. What lessons have you learned from your previous roles that you carry into your real life? I really feel like we as women are doing a disservice to the world when we hold back our power. The characters I've played have reinforced for me that I need to really lean into the things that make me unique and make me powerful, and that my passion and my anger and my curiosity and my big booming voice are all things that make me beautiful. Thanks, InStyle, for having me take this quiz. I learned a lot about myself. It was fun. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.